Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hi, buddy.
Wow.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the number one gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the number one video game entertainment on planet Earth. Hello. It's Side Scrollers. It's a tongue twister, you know. Good to see everybody. Man, we have a really good show today. I'm very excited for this one. With so much to talk about, so much discussion. But first, let's introduce everybody. Hello, Travis Keys. Oh, you're big.
Yeah, I'm here and alive, which is only about. I was only half of one of those things yesterday.
Are you okay?
I am okay.
Good. People were concerned yesterday. They were literally praying for you, Travis.
Well, I need some praying sometimes.
Send him an angel. Speaking of angels, the one, the only, the adorable Castlevania ass kicker, Blabs.
Hi, everybody.
You
Good
called
morning.
her fat yesterday.
You can be fat and adorable.
Oh,
I can be pleasantly plump.
okay.
I didn't really call her fat.
Well,
Like,
I was watching. I don't
It
know
was-
about everybody else. So.
Travis, it was fat with a PH.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was like, yo, you
I
fat.
like pleasantly plump.
No, I was fat with a PH. Speaking of fat with a PH, this guy right here, the best gamer in the room, it's Adam Krigler.
No. I don't want to.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Nice.
No, I'm out. I'm good.
No, this feels like HR needs to be involved, and I'm good. I'm good.
Let's contact our HR department real quick. Hold on. Hello, good to see you. It's me, HR. How are you? There it is. Good to see
Yeah.
everybody.
Our new guests are HR. Here they are.
No. Our new guests are Eric and Kayla from You, Me, and the Movies. Let's introduce them, everybody. Yeah. Hey, guys, how are you?
We're good.
Great.
Glad you guys are. No, there it is.
Oh, there we go. There we
Glad
go.
to be here.
Thank you.
The crowd is going wild, everyone. That's a audience track. Sorry, that
Immediate
that
stop.
wasn't real.
They're so excited.
Hi.
Oh my. Guys, how are you?
Wait, is it
Great.
you, me, and the movies, or you, me, and the boobies?
Both. Yeah.
Both. Okay, I
When
see the
boobies
shirt, and I'm
happen
like,
in the movies, we say this.
oh,
love it.
okay, all right.
She does. She goes, "Welcome on back to You Mean the Boobies."
Does that
think
mean
it's-
the movie instantly, goes up a couple
It's elevated.
pegs?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Elevation?
Yeah.
What was
All
your
right.
saying
Movie
about R-rated
style.
movies?
I don't know. What was it?
If you're gonna have an R-rated movies, might as well throw some boobs.
There have to be boobs in an R-rated movie. Otherwise, what's the point?
I gotta be honest.
It's true.
It's
Stuff to look at.
solid logic. Solid
Yeah.
logic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then let's get into this really important topic today. What is the best set of boobies you guys have seen in a movie? Go.
Total Recall,
Ooh.
triple boobies.
I wish I had 3 hands.
Actually, you know what?
He
gets it. He
Starship
gets it.
Troopers.
I think
Honestly, Trading Spaces, I think.
yeah,
Jamie Lee
Hmm.
Curtis boobies.
Jamie Lee's
They're
got
nice.
a nice rack.
Wow. Probably not so much anymore, but I mean,
I gotta
who
be
knows?
honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
True
wait,
Lies
you-
she was pretty banging, but that was also 20 years ago, 25 years ago too. So yeah, probably not so much anymore.
Do you actually see Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs in that movie?
Yeah.
You haven't watched it?
What movie is this?
You would remember it.
Trading
Sounds like-
Spaces.
He's like, I gotta go. There's something I gotta go do.
Craig
It's like-
has now turned into the cat.
Eddie
I almost,
Murphy.
Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy.
be right back.
Christmas movie.
I gotta go to watch something.
It's kind of, I mean, it takes place.
It's like a Christmas comedy. It's a good one.
Comedy-
Prince of
wait.
the Pauper Tale.
a comedy
Never
with
seen that.
with Jamie Lee Curtis boobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Eddie
Oh
Murphy.
my. Let's
Dan
stinking
Aykroyd.
go. Oh, found him. All right. Yeah, good stuff. There we are.
Stuff.
All right. Hey, great pick. Awesome.
I mean, I think they're good because it's surprising, right? Like you just don't expect to see boobies in that movie, and then it's like, whoa, okay.
There they are. Hey, sometimes surprise boobies are the best boobies. You know what I'm saying? It's good. Hey, look, we can have that discussion all day long, but we got some really important. I got to be honest. I don't know if we have more important things to discuss today.
The boobies.
Just to let you know, Craig, the cameras are on.
Oh, thank you. I'll keep that in mind as I do my Jamie Lee Curtis
Pointing
Trading
that out.
Spaces search later on. Just
Yeah, we don't want any DSP accidents here.
no.
Yikes.
Oh my.
Oh, hey, hello. So yeah, well, great to see you guys. Give everybody a real quick rundown of what your channel's about and everything like that, please.
Go for it.
Oh, I have to do it. Okay. Well, we do movie and TV reactions. We've watched over almost 350 movies now, and a bunch of different TV shows. Currently, we're in the middle of Hannibal and The Wire, as you can see, and the shows are The Wire's awesome. She's mixed bag on
Hannibal's fine. It's just getting towards the end, so
Yeah.
it's not great.
Mads Mikkelsen's awesome as Hannibal, though.
I like him a
I was
lot.
going to ask what you guys thought of that actor because I thought he was great.
Yeah. You said Mads.
I think
passed
he's
Anthony Hopkins.
I think
for you.
he's maybe the best Hannibal actor. Yeah.
That's a statement.
He
right
is
there.
easily the best part of the show because every scene he's in is just
He's the only reason I'd
top-notch.
want to watch that show.
Yeah. He's
Funny.
really the only reason to watch it, which is kind of why I'm over it, right?
Okay.
So,
I mean,
question, if you don't mind me asking, how does this work? Like, you're on YouTube and you're watching movies and like copyright and all this. I don't understand this. This is very intriguing to me. Please,
it's the reactions. I mean, I was kind of talking to you about copyright on Friday with your whole issue that you had on the episode, and we get claims from time to time. We've had one copyright strike, and that was back when we watched Dexter. And I actually had a phone meeting with the CBS Viacom lawyer and said it was fair use, and they removed the strike, and they agreed.
Yeah.
So
Isn't it like if you comment or you cut it in a certain part, what's the time length on it though?
There's no rules. We have our own
He keeps them all to 6-second clips.
we only show
essentially.
at most 6 seconds of video and audio, and then we're cutting back to our cameras and our commentary and stuff like that. So
okay. So it's more like kind of like a watch along as opposed to
which is strange because I didn't even notice they were 6-second clips when I was watching Scarface the other day with you guys. So
it feels like longer for sure. That 6 seconds feels a lot longer.
And we use like a multi-camera setup. A lot of reaction channels will do just the one camera angle that like this one, then they'll cut in. I like to throw in like a side camera just to kind of make you immersed in what we're like sitting with us kind of thing. So
that's great.
different.
That's great. Well,
A lot
Eric,
of editing.
it is a lot of editing.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
bouncing
say.
back and forth. Aligning everything. Woo. Props.
Well, I saw your most popular is you watching Team America. Just super high level. Was it the best movie in the world, or was it the best movie in the world?
It was
awesome.
pretty funny. Yeah.
I love when it comes to like reactionary channels and just YouTube in general. One of my favorite things is thumbnail faces, and your thumbnail faces are pretty great. You have the classic like shocked, and you have the classic like oh my gosh, and that's a really good one. Are these natural faces, or are they totally staged?
Yeah, all of our thumbnails are screenshots from our recordings.
From that recording.
So
All right, love
no
it.
staged thumbnails.
Excellent,
Nice.
man. That's pretty good stuff.
Genuine.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Eric, you also stream for a living, right?
I used to do Twitch as the Rabble
Mhm.
Wrangler.
Mhm.
I'm actually getting back into gaming streaming on our gaming channel, You Mean the Games. And I'm doing that like Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday nights after everybody else in the house goes to bed. I game for 2 or 3 hours. I'm trying to play through all the Sega Master System games ever released in America. So
Oh man,
that's fun.
yeah.
They're really hard. Sega Master System's really hard.
Jeez. Well, you got your branding's on point. You, me, and the anything. Like you can go to you, me, and the tacos or whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's great.
We're thinking about getting into wrestling. You, me, and the wrestling. So
Oh, that's awesome. You, me, and the WWF or WWE or whatever. That's good stuff. I love it. Well, we're glad you guys are on the show today. We got a lot to talk about, so much to discuss. But before we do, I want to let you guys know that Super Sentai guy came in with the $1.99 super chat says Rosario Dawson trance. Look it up. Okay, hold on 1 second.
You're talking about for boobies? Is that what you're talking about?
I am 100% positive that is what Super Sentai guy is talking about.
Hey,
Blabs, have
Craig,
you already looked this up? Yes,
Greg,
I'm
calm
sorry.
down. Can you calm down a little, please?
No, I just saw when he put the super chat in. I just want to point out I actually kind of hate Rosario Dawson because she's live action Ahsoka and it's an abomination. So
Okay.
Is that hold on? I'm curious though. Is that her fault that she was picked for that part, or is it still Disney's fault for the bad
it's
writing?
both, I think.
How is it her fault?
To it, and also she agreed to do it. First of all, and also I think it's they
Wouldn't you?
Dumb.
I would. Cast me as Ahsoka. I would absolutely play that part. Yeah, whatever it is, Ahsoka, Shoka. I don't fucking care.
A show guy.
Dude, put me in a Twi'lek woman's outfit. Is that what they're called? I don't know what the hell.
No, she's
Twi'lek,
that's
something.
Twilight is the other ones. I forget what she is.
Well, and as
whatever it is, Torguta, something like that.
As a movie star, she's probably getting paid top dollar for each episode, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So.
How dare she take this top dollar paying job?
All of it is an abomination to me. Anyway, Craig is looking at boobies right now, and that should be the focus.
But
I just thought that was an interesting conversation, though, because you were like, "Fuck that girl," because she she was played a part I didn't like.
Shitty, stupid stuff on social media. I'm just like,
okay. Unfortunately,
all right, now we're getting somewhere. Now I understand. All right, sure. That's an actual reason to not like somebody. All right.
Unfortunately, Blabs, I could
Can't
not find the picture, so
Craig's
that
like,
makes me sad.
He's like, but I will be searching later. You best believe it.
Dark mode.
Hey, Super Sentai guy, if you guys want to send me a picture on Discord, that'd be great.
Wow, calm down.
Wow. All right. Hey, I want to remind you guys, if you guys are watching over on Rumble, first hit the thumbs up button, and the follow button. We're closing in on 6 quadrillion followers over on Rumble. One of their top Rumble channels.
And it's not enough.
Not enough. Never is.
We need more.
That's right. You can follow us over on Twitter at SidescrollerPod and Blabs now on Instagram.
Yeah. Find us on Instagram and tag us in memes and stuff, and we'll share.
Absolutely.
And if you want to invite us as collaborators, we'll do that too, and we'll dual share, so you guys can still get your credit too.
Heck yeah, that's what we want. We want to shine the spotlight on our amazing community. Tomorrow we'll have RGT85 on the show, which will be good. RGT's coming back, which he had a pretty interesting video today, which I look forward to talking to him about. Some guy was acting as him to get free stuff, and he called him on it. And that's kind of an interesting thing as a content creator. So
makes me wonder what he was getting, because you can get free shit just by emailing companies and saying, "I love your shit," and they'll send you free shit.
I think he got a bunch of pictures of Rosario Dawson from Trance. It was really weird. But
it helps to know someone, you know.
That's right.
Higher places.
Coming up later at 1 o'clock, at 1 o'clock Central Time, about 2 hours from now, we'll have the Mario Funathon. It will continue after yesterday's Blabs versus Castlevania, which was glorious. It was great. So,
did you guys know that we are fundraising to get Craig a gallon therapy bucket?
Listen,
maybe make it a 5-gallon therapy bucket by the time it's done. Get one from Tractor Supply, or like a blue one or something with duct tape written on it. Craig's therapy bucket.
The long and short of it is that it's very hard to be the coach of the Labs when she plays these classic games, and I need therapy when I'm done. And
the jar won't cut it. He needs a bucket.
And
I've been offering online therapy for a few months now. Sometimes it doesn't take, unfortunately, but I have done a few sessions live actually here on the show. Oh, yeah? You've been here during a couple of them.
5 hours worth.
So if you need someone to talk to, you know, I'm here for you, bud.
Well, I think the biggest thing is I just need a bucket to throw up into after the insanity. That's really what it is.
Hey.
It's just like therapy. So, all right.
I'll give you credit because I couldn't imagine coaching her through Castlevania.
You should do it. First episode of you, me, and
people probably would enjoy it, but she's horrible at video games.
You mean Castlevania?
Labs at least has some video game experience. This one doesn't.
You're not with NES though, so. What do you mean? I'll whoop your ass in Call of Duty. And you know what? I'll build a better Zoo Tycoon Park than you ever will, Craig.
You're right. You will build.
My T-Rexes are better than yours.
Yes, Blabs. I concede you will build a better Zoo Tycoon course then I
Good
will.
job, Labs. You won that battle.
Way to go.
I'm better be a 2-player than he is. I'm just saying. Almost max on my heavy. Just saying.
Hey, way to go. Hey, can I please get a round of applause for Blabs, everybody in the chat. Just what a star.
Yeah,
huh?
sure.
What a
Here
star.
we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong one. Wait. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I don't understand. What's happening?
I will say this:
Ah.
if you actually look at the time she played, she's actually beating it pretty quickly relative to people who played it for the first time.
I've never played in my life the NES
Sure.
game. I'm just saying.
I mean, think about the first
Trev.
time you played it. How long?
How many hours?
How many times did it take you turning on that system to beat that game? And look
How many hours is she in right now?
All right, here's the thing. I can't deal with Travis's logic here. It's ridiculous.
Can't deal with
Unreal.
Travis's logic.
Wait,
So
I'm
you
curious.
agree that
Hold on.
Travis is correct?
Wait a minute. I'm curious to see where he's going with this because I want. How many hours has Blabs from start to where she's at? How many hours has she put into this game?
About 12 at this point.
12 hours.
Yeah, about 12. Now, as pointed out in the chat, very, very astutely by Krabs, we were also 4 years old.
Yes, but
It's a good point.
imagine
good
taking
point.
that game and giving it to your grandma or your mother back then, and how many times would your mother have had?
Damn,
to beat
Blabs.
it?
Did you hear what he just called you?
She's
You're
about as
a
old as
grandma.
She's about as
They
old
do
as my
call me
mom would have
Great
been
Granny
back
Bobs for a
then.
reason.
Are
Wow.
you kidding me?
He called you
Like
grandma.
mine,
We're the old
You wanna
ones.
wear my
She's the
glasses?
young one.
All right.
Derailed.
We'll continue the journey not next week, in 2 weeks, as Blabs can't be on next week, but in 2 Wednesdays from now, Blabs is taking on the hallway of death. It's
I
like
get a
the
hallway
vaunted.
scene, like my father before me.
It's going to be nuts. All right.
Now, before we move on, I just want to give a quick little update just to let everyone know who's excited about Diablo 4, which I saw some people in chat talking about it. And if you have it pre-downloaded, which I do, I have it downloaded already. It goes live for the deluxe edition in 6 hours and 38 minutes and 765 seconds left. I'm excited. Are you excited? I am. I'm excited. No one else is excited? All right. Well,
I'll be
Adam just has that
excited.
screen on his
That's why I
side,
did the
just sitting there
crickets
watching the
before.
countdown all day.
no, I did that just to show it. Yeah.
And
I swear. I'm not staring at it. Just counting the time. No, of course
I keep
not.
seeing you glance over there. I was wondering what it was.
No, I'm not. I'm glancing at the chat.
Do you know
I'm
what
reading
game
chat.
I actually just bought? I just bought Starship Troopers Extermination that I'll be playing tonight.
I hear it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I hear
pretty
it's
fun.
fun. You could have your huge squad with you. I'm hearing up to 16 people. So I'm like, what?
Is there co-ed
It's
showers in
creepy.
that?
Cold showers?
You mean the
Co-ed
boobies,
shower.
baby?
I heard
gonna say.
cold showers in there. I'm like, can you shower in a video game? Like physically speaking?
Adam over there.
Yes, Blabs. That's what he meant.
Adam over there watching his countdown like I'm over here watching Jamie Lee Curtis in Trading Places. It's ridiculous.
Is that what you're doing over there?
What?
He's still Googling boobies over
No,
there
I
on his
didn't-
third
No.
monitor. Be like,
Why would I do that?
Just has
Hey,
it on loop.
this constant loop is going. All right, let's get into this thing. It's time for my favorite segment.
Wait,
Your
before we do, Pepe
Okay.
Payne over on Rumble had a Rumble rant. I just want to read I don't know if there's any super chats, but there's a Rumble rant. I just want to read it before we move on. You know what I mean?
I do. I
Ignore
do.
him.
And
Pepe Payne over on Rumble for 5. Thank you very much, Pepe. Says, Adam posted on your locals a quick video explaining the DEI crap and an easy to consume video under Uncle Sam explains it pretty good. Have a great show, guys. Hey, thank you, Pepe Payne. Yeah, I mean, I've researched a lot about that stuff and I talked about it an awful lot yesterday, but hopefully I won't have to talk about it as much today, but it wouldn't surprise me if it comes up because it is infecting everything. All right, Craig, please, by all means.
just quick side note: we are literally on the front page of Rumble right now. In the front, like the very, very beginning, when you load Rumble, the first thing you see is side scrollers. So if you guys are watching, make sure you guys come over and hit the follow button. We'd love for you guys to join us. And
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help
no.
it. That deserved a bangerang.
And you can check out You, Me, and the Movies over on YouTube, of course. Okay, but right now it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment.
Yours.
It's time for
Hard news.
10 out of 10. Let's go. All right. So the big.
Wait, shouldn't our guests judge that?
Yeah.
Was that? Hey, excuse me.
Be nice to the guests.
Get out of here.
Adam.
Get out of here. Excuse me. Get out of here. Oh, here, wait. There we go. You guys are good. Yeah. None of that. All right. That hard news is mine, right, Paul Hadouken? That's right. Awesome music, though, Paul. All right,
So are you gonna
love
ask them what? Are you gonna ask Eric and Kayla what they thought of your intro?
No, you gave me a 10 out of 10. I'm taking it to the bank.
What you've done,
We're
Craig.
good.
You ruined Christmas.
We're good. 10 out of 10. And we're gravy. All right. We're gravy.
All right.
All right. Seriously though, what'd you guys think?
Loved it.
7.
She loved it.
Now we need the number.
I already got. She loved it. That's.
Eric gave you a 7. Let's go. All right.
Who is this guy? What the fuck?
I've heard better.
Let's
I
go.
love this guy.
He's the best. All right.
Bro, I have the power.
No. Don't you do that. Don't you do
Hey.
that.
I
Hey,
think
what?
you need to like spray Adam with a water bottle. Like, shh, no.
I agree. We need a.
As I
You gave
spray
me-
myself
you gave me
with
the
the
power.
soda, she says to spray something. Wonderful.
All right.
Well,
Let's
he
get into
did
this.
say he'd spray something before
That's
Adam
sticky.
did.
Don't spray
Spray it.
soda
All
at
right.
me.
Speaking of sticky, let's get into today's top story, which
Oh my.
let's be real. We weren't quite sure what we were going to talk about, but this fell in our laps this morning, and this is something that I think a lot of us are passionate about on the show. But let's just get into this. There's an outlet called the Daily Wire, and I think a lot of people know Daily Wire. They released a documentary last year called "What Is a Woman," and I'm just going to read this Twitter thread, and we're going to talk about this because the "What Is a Woman" documentary was a really big documentary last year. It made a lot of waves, and some people labeled it like amazing. Some people labeled it as transphobic. Some people labeled it, it just kind of depends what you think on the situation. But with all that said, let's go read through this Twitter thread here and kind of talk through all this, right? So Jeremy Boring, who is the CEO of Daily Wire, says Twitter canceled a deal with Daily Wire to premiere What Is a Woman for free on the platform because of 2 instances of, quote, misgendering. I'm not kidding. Here's what happened. 1 year ago, we released What Is a Woman to celebrate the occasion and expand the movie's already enormous impact. We decided to give it away for free for 24 hours on Twitter. With Twitter's recent commitment to free speech, we thought it would be the perfect place to distribute the film and drive the conversation forward on one of the most important topics of our day. Twitter responded with enthusiasm and offered us the opportunity to buy a package to host the movie on a dedicated events page and to promote the event to every Twitter user over the first 10 hours. That's kind of a big deal. And I haven't seen anything like that where there's a dedicated events page on Twitter.
Yeah, I didn't see that before either.
Yeah, interesting. So they said we accepted and signed an agreement. After we signed, Twitter asked to see the film to better understand what parts may, quote, trigger users. So, and I'll continue. Says so they could better prepare their response. They said they were still all hands on deck for launch, so we sent them a screener. So this is where things kind of get a little crazy. Twitter was like, yes, we're 100% in on this movie. We're going to make this thing. And then they go, oh, by the way, can we see it? Which was kind of interesting to see. After reviewing the film, though, Twitter let us know that they would not only could we no longer purchase the package they offered, they would no longer provide us any support and would actually limit the reach of the film and label it as, quote, hateful conduct because of, quote, misgendering. Specifically in the film, a father refers to his 14-year-old daughter as her, and a store owner uses the, quote, wrong pronoun in a confrontation with a trans person. We reminded Twitter they removed, quote, misgendering from their policy, that the term, quote, misgendering itself is misleading, and that enforcing such a policy places them on the side of the most radical elements in society, the side most opposed to their commitment to free speech. Twitter clarified they only removed, quote, misgendering from their policy because they didn't need to be that specific, but they still consider, quote, misgendering abuse and harassment. They gave us the opportunity to edit the film to comply. We declined. I hear some giggling. We have some comments. Is that you, Adam? Okay. All right. We'll continue. We're almost done here.
I have a lot of comments. I'll just answer your question.
We all do. All right. So we'll continue. It says, when asked how much they would limit the visibility if we posted the film anyway, Twitter replied that our own followers would not be able to see it in their feeds. This, they said, is part of their, quote, speech, not reach policy. Of course, saying you have the right to speak, but we'll make sure no one hears you is a bit like saying you have the right to cast a vote, but we'll make sure it isn't counted. That's not right at all. We brought all our shows on to Twitter Tuesday because we believe Twitter was committed to free speech, especially on this issue. After all, the Babylon Bee was silenced on Twitter over this very issue, and that prompted Elon Musk to purchase the platform. The other tech platforms have already decided where they stand in the trans debate and demonetize and deprioritize all those who disagree. Now, Twitter has joined the ranks of each of the other tech superpowers in ensuring one side of the debate is suppressed. Elon Musk is not beholden to conservatives. He has the right to run his business how he sees fits. But if Twitter is going to throttle one side of the most important debates facing society, it cannot claim to champion free speech. And then it goes on to say, like, look, we hope that it'll be, this will obviously, be reconsidered and all this. So that's kind of where it's at right now. So let's open it up. For me, I just like to open up as saying, like, I don't care. I think this is fascinating because I don't really care what the topic of the movie is. I just care that they're censoring the movie and saying you can't say this and this is wrong thing. So with all that said, let's open it up to our guests first, Eric and Kayla. Do y'all have any thoughts or on this whole idea?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a freedom of speech. It doesn't matter what the words being said are. If you don't have the right to say them, or if somebody's going to try to censor you from saying them, it's kind of a disgrace for all of society.
Yeah. And I think you got to let somebody say it, and it's how you react to it is what's important. Like, if you don't want to listen to it, just go away.
I think what was interesting is he mentioned the Babylon Bee in the Twitter thread, and that's kind of why that was one of the things that prompted Elon Musk to go in and buy Twitter to begin with. And so the CEO of Babylon Bee, a guy named Seth Dillon, quote tweeted this Twitter thread and came out and said, in the interview we just released, because I guess Babylon Bee just interviewed Elon Musk. It says, in the interview we just released, Musk affirmed his commitment to free speech, saying there will be no compromise, even if it means lost revenue. He also said that Tucker Carlson's main concern was the possibility of censorship. Elon assured Tucker that lawful speech would not be censored. Tucker only announced he'd be bringing his show to Twitter after getting that reassurance. Seems like someone over there hasn't got the free speech memo. So,
the new CEO.
I mean, it definitely sounds like right. Elon Musk doesn't have the power and control that he thought he did at Twitter, or he just hasn't flexed that muscle quite yet. Right.
Adam, I know you got a lot to say. Fire away, buddy.
Well, have you guys seen What is a Woman?
Yes, I have seen it.
You've seen it, and you guys have seen it as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a fantastic. I don't even want to call it a documentary because it's more of a social experiment that Matt has done, and it's really fantastic in showing that these people trying to push this ideology, these ideologues pushing this don't have an explanation. It's all about feelings. There's no actual reality in their arguments. It's all just believe me, damn it. Like, why don't you just accept this? Accept my power over you. And that's really what it boils down to. It's like, you just need to do what you're told. You need to say what we want you to say. That's what their whole argument is. A man can be a woman. She was never a man. She was always a woman. No, that's wrong. And these people are fucking crazy. I don't care. I'll say it. I'll have a bullseye on my head because people just need to stand up and say it against these people because it's ridiculous. They can't have their own kids, so they're trying to indoctrinate this new army of basically the new age emo thing to be cool, to be special. You have something, we'll love bomb these people to think that this is what they need to be special. Now, trans and queer is like spiking. What? Because you think that's actually the case? No, people just want to be special. And it's harder than ever to be special nowadays because people are fucking lazy. They don't actually want to work to be special. Instead, back in the day, to be known at all, when there was no social media, you had to work your fucking ass off to become a master at something to maybe potentially be known on a world stage. Now you could just be a dumbass and do something stupid on social media and you go famous. But people want that easy road, right, to notoriety. And this is a path for them. They're like, oh, yeah, well, I'm getting all this love and validation from these people. Where we got to remember, validation from others is fucking pointless. You need to learn how to do it yourself. They don't want to do that. They need you to validate them. So this What Is a Woman is all these people condescendingly talking to Matt Walsh about how he doesn't understand. He's like, I'm asking you to explain to me so that I do understand. I am actually asking what it is. So to bring it to Twitter now, I think you guys nailed it. I don't think Elon Musk has as much control as he claims he does, or he's a big freaking World Economic Forum shill that is just parading around trying to keep conservatives on his platform so that it doesn't completely tank. If people knew that he actually didn't give a shit about free speech, people would freaking give up on him. And he doesn't want that. He needs people to stay on his platform. Twitter is worth, I think, a third of what he paid for it. It's like $15 billion now, where he bought it for $44 billion. If it keeps going down, I mean, Twitter won't be around anymore. Honestly, I wouldn't even care. I mean, I have a rather large following on Twitter, but do I really need Twitter? No. Does Twitter actually help me and benefit me? Not really. I do a lot of my research to like read about things because I follow specific people that I learn to trust. But it isn't Elon Musk, and it isn't the CEO who has worked for the World Economic Forum, who I do not trust. In fact, I think they're at the very top of the people who want to bring the rest of the world down and under their thumb. And that's what I'm seeing right here. They're like, whoa. No. We need people to be confused about gender. And I mean, it all goes back to, I think they're trying to convince a whole generation of human beings to medically castrate themselves so they cannot give birth to another generation. They're trying to sever a huge chunk of the population. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's conspiracy, but I don't care. That's what the Georgia Guidestones magically were destroyed. Why? Because people started pointing out like, hey, that's like some elites made that, and it says that the world should only have 500 million people on it. That's kind of crazy. And then what has happened over the past couple of years? I'm not going to say it, but a certain something has caused a spike of stillbirths and cancers and things that are going on that don't really make sense. And there's only one thing that really links them all together. All right, I have to cut myself off. Go.
Well, I was gonna say let's bring this back to
take the mic. Take the mic from me.
Let's bring it back to Twitter here. I understand
but
the rabbit
it's
hole.
all together though.
Right.
You start going down this rabbit hole and you realize that what's the difference? I mean, it's just another company. They probably have the same DEI ESG connection that all these other huge companies have as well. Okay, yeah. Oh, Elon Musk, sure, he's one of the world's richest men. I think he's like number 2 now. He's not. He was number 1. Fluctuates because these rich guys. Who actually knows? Like, is he actually funding it himself? I don't know. I don't know. Why would he put a WEF member on the freaking in the driver's seat?
Right.
Saying what he's saying, like, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, that was a huge fucking red flag. Like, he's just waving it. Second only to his freaking devil outfit that he was wearing. Like, what the fuck does that mean, dude?
Let's go back this up a little bit.
Yeah,
and actually,
take the mic. I said to take the mic from
you. Right. I tried to take it from you. All right.
It's hard. I know.
You get going and it's like a snowball rolling downhill. So you try to get out of the way. All right. So I think as we So this goes back to like Elon Musk, right? That's really, this is his platform. He owns it. He's the lawful, rightful guy who purchased this because the courts forced him to. He owns it now. And for me, it's obvious that he doesn't have the power in his own company that he thought he did when he is the only. This isn't like a publicly traded company where the CEO is still behest to a board. Right? Like ultimately the board has the control. They can vote people out. He is the board in this situation, in theory, right? Blabs, Trav, I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this.
I'm for the most part with Adam. I think it's crazy, first of all, that Twitter didn't watch the documentary first. I'll be real. They'll be like, oh, let me watch this to see what we're saying. But they've already agreed to something in a contract. Didn't they sign something originally before watching it? So I think that's a bit stupid. Legally wise, what's wrong with their lawyers? Usually you'd have like top dogs for that. I think it's very scary that anything and everything can just be censored at snap of your fingers like that nowadays. So I'm with you, Craig. I think no matter what it is, it should be allowed to have a place. Even if you don't agree with what it is, it's still free speech and that needs to be protected. So I think it's just abomination, really.
Misgendering is not hate speech. If you're triggered by misgendering, you are an entitled fucking brat. That's it. You're afraid that someone might be offended because of misgendering? Mm-hmm. Tell them to grow the fuck up. And
some of these people change their pronouns
giving
every
a
other
shit.
Day too,
stop giving a shit what other people think. Like this all would go away if they just didn't care what other people think. Because it wouldn't matter if someone misgenders them. Because why does this random person why does this random person matter? Their opinion. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I use the wrong pronoun every other reaction just by slip of the mouth. Like I'll say he or she for the wrong.
Yeah, sometimes that just happens, right? You just misspeak.
My thought is you shouldn't be worried about pronouns.
That's
the person
violence.
that you're talking to they should know your proper noun. So like Craig, Adam, Blabs, Travis.
Yeah.
If you want somebody to be your friend, they should call you by your name, not some made up word.
Go ahead, Adam. Go, Trav.
I was just thinking, I think for me, it all boils down to respect. If I respect somebody and they ask me like on a personal level and they ask me to call them something, I will, because I respect them. But people can't demand respect from the world. And I think that's my issue. When you go out into the world and say, you owe me this, you owe me this, you have to treat me as I want to be treated because I say I want to be treated that way. That's when I have a problem, because nobody treated me that way growing up. It's fact this, fact that every 5 seconds in high school. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to deal with the punches that are thrown to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Respect is earned.
Right. It's not just given. And that's one thing that it's been a common theme. And like I said, this show's about common sense, right? And let me kind of bring this back to this documentary and why whether you call it a documentary, whether you call it a movie, whatever it is, and why it needs to be seen, right? It's important to have if there was somebody who made a documentary called whatever, that was the complete opposite of What Is a Woman, right? And it was 180 degrees polar opposite. That should be seen too, 100%. But the reason why What Is a Woman is important is I had a little story. Well, let me just kind of tell you this. The other day, I have it's important for the movie to be seen as the other day I was talking to a family friend, and the family friend has a 5th grader who's getting ready to go into 6th grade. And this is a town in Texas that you would never suspect that this type of thought would be there. But the reason they are homeschooled, they pulled their kids from homeschooling after a conversation with a parent from that their kid goes to this school. And it was a very cavalier, like easy breezy conversation where the family friend was asked the mom, she said, well, what to expect in 6th grade? And she goes, well, just expect everybody to be something. And the family friend goes like, what do you mean? She goes, well, everybody is a she, them, bi, pansexual, whatever. And it became, she's like, it's just a phase. It's just a group. It's just something that they're doing. And
the new age emu.
Right. And it's like, these parents hear this as just a phase, right? Oh, it's just a phase, right? And apparently everybody is in the group, right? But I think that's why it's important for this type of movie to be seen by everybody, because it very much is. This is once again, this is a town that you would not expect this to be in, and everybody is in the group because it's the thing to do, right? It's the thing to mess with your sexuality. It's the thing to have pronouns, right? And that's why this Twitter censorship shouldn't be happening, because it's important for everybody to hear this. So
I think that goes back to what I was talking about when I was growing up. I didn't want to be gay, right? So the last thing I wanted to be was gay. I wanted to be normal. Why is that? Because I'm being bombarded all the time, with F words and stuff like that. So it's like, why would anybody choose to be ostracized? Well, they're not being ostracized anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now we'll celebrate you, which it used to be an inter-community thing. When you come out or you're trans or whatever, and you come into the LGBT whatever community and people welcome you in. Well, that was because you used to face so many struggles and all that you needed that support. Well, now it's not that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody is being a part of the community. So if you're not ostracized, what do you need that extra support for?
The victim card needs to come from somewhere.
Eric, Kaylee, you guys were going to say something?
Well, I think my big issue with all of it is Twitter says, well, we'll censor you so that nobody can see it, right? Like, we're going to censor this video so not even your followers can see it, which is the appalling part, because if people have followers, they're subscribing to them because they want to see, they're interested in their take on a topic. They want to hear their side of a story. And then to say, oh no, we're gonna make sure that nobody sees this video. You can post it, but nobody's gonna see it. Well, I follow them because I want to see it. I want to try to educate myself in those sorts of ways. I think that's the most appalling part.
I think if you were to take, let's say this is what I think is going to happen personally. I think over the next few hours, this is going to get back to Elon Musk, because he'd be like, who the hell made this decision? And then he's going to put his foot down, right? I think this is actually a make or break moment for Elon Musk with Twitter, right? Where he's either going to stand by what he said, or this could literally burn the platform down, right? And if he's truly is standing for his commitment to free speech, then he'll make his point, and he'll make it available for everybody, and honor the agreement that they made, and not be behest to whoever made that decision. But it's important though. It's important not just for the conversation standpoint, because at the end, it was just crazy to say, because a year ago I never would have said this, but Twitter is the last place that you can truly have these conversations. That and Rumble, which is where we're at. And Rumble has this reputation of right wing, conspiracy theorist, right? But the reality is that Rumble just lets you have the conversations. And Adam, before the show, you wanted to talk about how this idea of not being political, that everything's political and stuff. So I wanted to open it up to you to kind of talk about that for a minute, because my thought on that is that there are issues that have never, ever, ever been seen political ever, that have quickly become political. And that's why everything is political nowadays. But go ahead, Adam.
Before 2020, I was not political at all. I lived my own life for me, as what society teaches us. Live life for you, and that's all you should care about. Be as selfish as you can. And not until I started doing Timcast that I realized how important being a part of a conversation with the way the world is heading is important. And as I go on, especially in this space of keeping my ear to the ground as far as what's happening on the planet, I realized we all need to be a part of the conversation. We can't let these World Economic Forums, George Soroses of the world, the Clintons, the freaking Bushes, all the freaking Rothschilds, whatever the hell you want to do, whoever one you think is at the very top making all the decisions, like that's not what like the founding fathers of America wanted, right? That's not what America is, and that's what it's turning into. We have to be a part of a conversation. We have to be in the political landscape to actually voice our opinion when something when you see something going wrong in society. It's like, you should be talking about it. You should make a stink. You should freaking be vocal about it, because the people who are vocal right now is what that a lot of these companies think is their base. Like, oh, all these people are being vocal. No, you know what, casual radical, I'm so fucking sick of it, dude. I don't want an echo chamber. I want people, like Craig said, I want people to see the other side. Go, please make What is a Trans Woman and put it out there so you can try to explain how the feelings make sense for these people that are just trying to be cool. All right, that's it. They just want to be special. All right,
Well,
I don't want an echo chamber. I want freedom of speech. Hate speech is free speech. I don't give a shit if you hate me. I don't give a shit if you talk all the shit you want against me. I don't care if you even identify whatever you want to identify. But don't get upset and don't try to get rid of people who misgender you. Misgendering is not hate speech. There's a huge difference.
To be clear, by the way, like, casual radical is a clout chaser, and all he wants to do is he wants to catch you off guard to kind of, and then slice you down. He came on a call-in show I did, whatever, a year and a half ago, and he tried to like come in and he sliced it up to be really manipulative. It was really, really good. So
I know, but
pay no mind to the idiot.
No, I don't know. That's fine. I want to say he's making himself look like a fucking idiot, making these arguments about the First Amendment and private software or private companies. Like, dude, Elon Musk is championing it and claiming that that's what the company is. So he's lying or not. That's the conversation. You're trying to make it about something else. You're looking like a fucking idiot. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's go read off some of these super chats real quick, because this is obviously a lot of people are intrigued by this, and for those of you guys watching over on Rumble, make sure you guys hit the follow button. We are on the front page. We'd like to welcome everybody in. Hit the follow button. We stream Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time to about 12:30 or so. We always have great guests on. Like tomorrow, we'll have RGT85, great gaming YouTuber. Let's go read some of these off real quick. St. G says, I wonder if Adam gets a hard on when he says hard news. Quite possibly. He gets very excited.
I thought that was a requirement.
Extra Zero says, can we get a deep thought with Adam Krigler for this one? You're right. I should download that and add that to our assets.
I already did. I just did.
Oh, good.
They're in there.
Good.
But it was too late. I kind of did my rant already. So,
well, after we're done, this has been Deep Thoughts. Kyle,
there's probably going to be another one.
Kyle says, so a person can pretend to be a woman, but blackface is bad. This is why I honestly think society is going down the drain. I'm not playing pretend, right? Let's continue.
Here.
Brahman Noodle says, Twitter, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. I think that's kind of the saddest thing about.
Time will tell.
I'm only okay with the deep thought segment if Adam says the answer to everything is 42. And if you got that reference,
I will not be forced to say anything, Travis. Have you not learned this about me?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer of the universe.
We all know what it is.
42.
Yeah. Yes, we know. Thank you.
Calm down, Adam. It was a joke.
Excuse me, Blabs?
Uh-oh.
Look out of here.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I need to unwield the power for Adam. Look at that. Look at a frozen face there as well.
By all means, remove my power. See what happens.
Extra Zero says, a big issue is that we know we have mental health issues in the United States, but therapy has been hijacked too. Where do kids / adults get proper help?
Yeah.
I think
bring back the asylums.
Yeah.
The idea of
I'm not joking. I'm actually serious.
I'm not. I 100% agree with you. I think that there's the mental health issue, the mental health problem that we have in the United States in particular is just so flossed over, and it's created this giant wormhole of affirmation. And it's okay. It's okay that you are literally crazy. It's like, no, it's not okay that you're literally crazy. So, Eric, Kayla, you guys have a couple kids. What are your thoughts with all this happening? Your kid's a little younger than mine. As parents, how do y'all feel about the place that we're at in society, to where just as a whole?
We are isolated a bit. We live in a really rural area, small community, so we insulate our kids a lot. I mean, we try not to expose them to some of these societal things that are going on. We just try to keep them kids for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
I like
Right.
that.
And I think that's kind of that's probably the biggest thing for me is like, let kids be kids,
Yeah, let's just say, for example, when I was growing up, I didn't even have to even address my sexuality until I was in my late teens. So come on, like, let kids be kids.
Yeah. Why are teachers like teaching why gay men enjoy butt sex? Like, that's literally happening. Like, why are you teaching that to children? Well, I wouldn't like, and for the record, I wouldn't like it if they were teaching why straight sex is good or enjoyable. Like, why the fuck are teachers talking to about sex toys at Target? They literally name Target. Like, oh yeah, you can go to Target and buy these sex toys. Like, why the fuck are you talking to children about that? That's fucking disgusting and groomish. Stop grooming kids. Let kids be kids. It's disgusting. Stop.
So my daughter is in 5th grade, and 5th grade is when you get the
Puberty talk.
The puberty talk, right?
Growing
Right.
up classes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's not even a sexuality thing. That's more
Exactly.
like you're
Well,
gonna
so-
smell. Use deodorant.
This is your body. This is your body.
Spray deodorant when you
This
stink.
is how you deal with your body.
Wash your ass, like that type of shit.
So she had that conversation. They had that conversation in class. This is deodorant, and girls, your body's gonna go through changes. Blah 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 blah. Right. And as parents, you have that conversation as well with your kids, and it kind of depends on the parent, right? If you have a girl, probably the mom's gonna have that conversation. But I just remember, like, my daughter was so uncomfortable with that situation because it's an uncomfortable thing, right? It's an uncomfortable conversation to have the first time you're learning these things. And I remember that conversation being in 5th grade. I remember being in class, and that's like I'm sure most of y'all remember that conversation. And it's like one of those things that it's like a line of demarcation in your life where you go, holy shit, what are they even talking about? What is this? A girl? Is a what? Because you don't think about those things prior to that.
They drew the fallopian tube on the whiteboard for us.
Right. And
my teacher struggled with that. I'll just say that.
Listen, I couldn't draw a fallopian tube right now if I wanted to, right? But the idea that my 10-year-old at the time was struggling with this and felt embarrassed about it, and just the general idea of letting kids be kids. There's a certain point where you have to have these conversations, but I feel like we're forcing these conversations earlier and earlier and earlier, right?
No, not we. Not we. It's not we.
No.
It's these teachers. It's these
You're
groomers.
correct.
It's the people that are taking the decision away from the parents and saying, no, there are children now. Like, that attitude needs to fucking be gone. Like, no, you're a fucking teacher. Like, I didn't know anything about any of my teachers growing up. I didn't know if they were married. There was just one teacher throughout my entirety of education, because her name went from Miss something to Mrs. And the next year, and we're like, what? No, you're Miss this. She's like, actually, it's my name changed because I got married. And we're like,
Yep.
That's weird. And then that was her name now,
That
Mrs.
happened to
something.
me, too.
It's like, okay, that was the extent. I
Did
didn't
you
know
ever-
anything about whether she could have been gay. She could have married a woman, or who knows, or a regular marriage, or, a man and wife. Like, I had no clue, and it
Did any-
didn't matter. She
did
was
any-
teaching me math or history.
Trav?
Did you ever run into your techer outside of school, Adam? Because I did once, and
No,
it was like the
never.
weirdest. It's like, oh, my teacher. You're a person? You're shopping? What the fuck
What
are you doing?
what product were they buying?
I don't remember, and
Oh, it
Dildos
wasn't
from
your
Target?
shop.
No,
It wasn't your shop. Oh, okay.
No.
That kind of brings it back to, Adam, what you were saying about everything is politics. Well, it didn't used to be, I don't think, because
True.
teachers in schools never, I mean, I would never know the political affiliation of any of my teachers in school. And now I feel like in our small school, it's still kind of that way. But I think that's the problem, is that we've gone away from, you're not, teaching one side or the other. You're just a neutral third party who's teaching math or teaching science. And it doesn't have to.
It should be.
I shouldn't know your political affiliation in either way when you're teaching my kid. So I think that's probably part of the problem, actually.
Right. And they
now we have these teachers that are giving like lessons on how Trump is racist, and it's like, what the fuck? You're a history teacher. You're a math teacher. You're supposed to be teaching French. Like, why the fuck are you talking about politics where you're giving your opinion on something which is based on probably bullshit lies? I mean, don't even get me started on the amount of lies that they push around that man. But anyway, it's ridiculous, dude.
There was a time.
Go ahead, Kurt.
So there was a time not too long ago, within the last decade, that talking politics was taboo, right? The idea of knowing if your neighbor was a Democrat or Republican and how they thought, how they voted, was something that you just didn't talk about. You had suspicions, but it was never like, hey, who'd you vote for, right? It was something that wasn't discussed at all. Adam, as you said, prior to 2020, you weren't political at all, right? Until you kind of immersed yourself in the space with the Timcast show.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason for that, though. That the majority of people were in the middle. They red and blue, Democrat, Republican, they weren't that far from each other. Now it's split into these two bubbles that are like, if you're over there, you're my enemy now. It's like we're literally pitted against each other, instead of being like, hey, we're all Americans and we should want each other to thrive. We should want each other to go out and risk being successful. Like, no. The companies are successful already. They don't want any competition. Competition, I talked about this yesterday. Competition is what is necessary. But with competition, all these giant companies won't remain the giant companies controlling everything. And that's what they want. They want to maintain that. Like, whoa, you know what? Just be dumb, work your jobs, press the button, and then, go back home and watch sports. That's what they want. They want just peons and lemmings as human beings to control.
Two issues. I think when we started this 24-hour news cycle after 9/11 and social media, and I think those are the two things that changed our reality and our situation as Americans and all this. I think it changed the way people think. Instead of not focusing on politics so much, now it's what do you disagree about rather than what do you agree about? And that's what we shine the light on. What are your disagreements rather than your agreements? So now two people could have 90% of the same ideas, but that 10%, that's what's going to be yelled about. Why? Because that's the controversial topic, and that's the one that's going to get all the passion.
Right. And so let's just kind of reel this all the way back in to kind of the origins of the story, right? Because this is obviously the very tip of the iceberg here. And I think that's why this story is important, right? The idea of censoring on a platform that, based off somebody else's feelings or thoughts on a topic, which shouldn't be done. So obviously it's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens over the next literally few hours. I mean, they're going to debut this thing at 8:00 Eastern. That's 7:00. So over the next 7 hours, I would imagine that this is a conversation that's being had literally right now by folks at Twitter and probably Elon Musk, because this is, like I said, I think this is a make or break for Twitter for sure. Kyle came in with the super chat, says Travis is a gay man. That is a fact. Trans women are playing pretend and being invasive to women's sports, and Spaces is completely the opposite of that. Alan came in and says, congrats on getting Gothic King Cobra and his wife. All right. Sal.
Thank you. I'll say
that about us.
Thank you. Gothic King Cobra right there. Sal says, understandable why most people don't want to talk about politics. Unfortunately, the people at the top are injecting it into everything. Right.
Diana Francisco over on Rumble says, good morning. Love to Craig, Adam, Blabs, and Travis, fellow Rumblers. You all are the best. God bless your day. She also says, welcome, Eric and Kayla. Thank you, Diana. Oh, she also says, bottom line, if you were born with a prostate gland, you are a man. That's an accurate way.
You are the father.
That's what I was going for. I'm glad you picked up on it. Pepe Payne says, ultimately, people are sick of being lied to. People are sick of the hypocrisy. People just want to be genuine. I agree. And I think that's why some people are more successful on YouTube and Rumble and these online spaces, because people are just thirsty for someone that they can, number one, relate to and emphasize with, and also that they can believe are trustworthy and authentic instead of being this like persona. I can tell when I'm watching someone, I'm like, this doesn't feel like this is who they are. Where all the like Base Staff Monday guys on my Monday show, I have conversations with these guys off air, and they're the exact same way. And I'm like, that's what I would have hoped. I haven't met all of them yet. I've only met Andreas, but he's exactly the same way in real life. Like no change at all. I'm like, it would be exhausting to try to be something you're not. And I'm glad that people are waking up to that. McGruber for 10 over on Rumble says, Craig's still waiting for a John Graham creator of Arby and Chief to be on the show. Bring on the OG content creators from the golden era of the internet. You are Captain Internet, after all.
That's right. So McGruber, John will actually be on in the next few weeks. He is scheduled. I don't have it right in front of me, but he is scheduled to be on as an interview here in the next let's see, on
Thursday, June 22nd.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Thank you very much. Yep, Thursday, June 22nd for sure. Do you want to finish up those Rumble rants real quick?
Yeah, Diana Francisco says, back in the day, people proudly displayed political signs in the yard, and everyone respected that. Yeah, nowadays, people have to actually electrify their Trump signs because people go and destroy them. There's many videos out there. They're actually... I don't like watching videos of people getting hurt, but watching people getting shocked from trying to rip out those signs is actually kind of funny.
It's just sad because I don't know how many of you guys followed politics, but for a long time, but I've been following it since 2000. They used to have what were called wedge issues, right? And they were like fringe issues that were hardly discussed because they were used to make a wedge between people. You know what I mean? And that's what they were called that, because they literally separated people. And that was the idea of the issue. Now wedge issues are the only thing we ever talk about.
Right.
Good point.
So no
Good
wonder
point.
we're all disconnected and separated, because we're all talking about wedge issues all the time.
It's kind of like the wedge looked like this before, and now the wedge looks like this before, and it's just like being shoved. Like the wedge has gotten
sure it's fully separated at this point. Pepe Payne says, funny how the three things we aren't supposed to talk about, money, religion, politics, are the exact things used to control us. And adhering to that is why we are here now. Accurate statement.
Dermy Wormy comes in and says, I believe trans people exist mainly because of dysmorphia. Some of my best friends are trans, and I feel for the pain. I despise the tenders, doctors, and politicians that refuse to help, actually. Right?
Yes, I think trans people do exist. But I also think that, as we've been talking about, certainly children should not be pushed one way or the other. Children should be allowed to find out whom they are. And I'm very hesitant to even talk about my sexuality to my nephews and my nieces. Why? Because,
they're children.
They're children. Like,
there is no such thing as a trans child. No such thing.
And
It's the same thing as a vegan cat. Yeah. All right? It doesn't exist. Okay?
I'd be freaked out if
they are taught that.
Yeah, if somebody asked me about that in my family when the children, it would freak me the fuck out.
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Hayden says, when I grew up, we had the same teachers from 5th grade until 12th. 5 of the 14 in my graduating class had parents who were teachers. We all knew each other pretty well. Very small community. I think that was good.
Sounds
yes,
good.
The sense of community is something that is definitely missing in today's world. And it's Eric and Kaylee, y'all said you live in a fairly isolated community. Is that pretty much how it is there. A lot like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that comment said.
Yes.
Yeah, our kids have 10
Parents will end
kids
up
in their class.
teaching their kids because there's only one grade teacher per grade. So when their kid is that old, they're teaching them. And
that's awesome. That's great. I mean,
we all play T-ball together. So
it's amazing that people who live in larger cities, like my kids will be the polar opposite. They'll have close to 800 kids in their graduating class, right? And that's just insane to me.
That's a lot.
It is
553.
Right.
I had 350 or something.
For me, it was real strange because when I was in middle school and grade school, my classes were real small like that because I lived in a town of 20,000 people or whatever. But then when we got to high school, there's only one high school. So, of course, we're going to have this huge graduating class,
Salty Source Rex came in with a $20 super chat. Says, you remember the early days of the internet and YouTube when people uploaded videos they put effort into making? There was no politics at all. I remember the first YouTube video I watched called Urban Ninja, just a dude parkouring. That's right. That's right. Yep.
You
Good
guys remember,
times,
like
man.
Fred? That's what I used to watch when I was a kid. Like,
those were the
everybody,
days.
it's Fred, and then like just the random shit. Like they're taking the hobbits.
I don't know what that is.
It's the guy who used to talk in a very
That's
high-pitched
classic.
voice.
He
I
did
do,
that.
like I said, I think the 24-hour news cycle changed all that. Now people are more worried about politics
Instilled
than
fear and
just
everything.
watching the things they enjoy.
Oh man, I would go even further back.
Well,
no. I'm
we
done.
know, we
I've
know.
done too much. I've done too much today. Jekyll's Island. No. Sorry, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, let's put a bow on this real quick, and let's just say, like, look, the next literally 7 hours are going to be really important for Twitter, and I think that most people recognize that, and that probably there's a good chance that that there are probably a resolution being put in place right now, or not. So we'll see.
Can we talk about something a little lighter now?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just say this. Everybody, does anybody want to throw anything else out before we that they're just itching to get out?
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Free speech is incredibly important, and I think that's really what it comes down to. And that's where we're at.
All speech is free speech. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, let's go on to some actual gaming stuff because everybody likes gaming and totally lighten it up. Eric, Kayla, do y'all play Street Fighter?
Not recently. We did play a couple years ago.
We played. I kicked his butt at Street Fighter, which is shocking because I'm horrible at gaming. So,
which one?
That says a lot more
Street
about
Fighter
him
2.
than you.
Yeah.
So,
I think I got lucky.
I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy.
I think I got lucky.
Well, I got news for you guys. Street Fighter 6 is out or it's coming out, and people are upset.
Sorry,
right.
you said I got news for you, and all I can think of is that thing. Anyway, go on.
I got news for you. People are upset on the internet. So Street Fighter 6 fans, I use that term loosely.
When are they not, though? Go ahead.
I know. They have threatened pre-order refunds after De Novo's arrival. Now, I didn't know what De Novo is. I thought De Novo was a character in the game, and I was like, why are you boycotting this? So it says Street Fighter 6 has just added De Novo. Just had De Novo added to it a few days before launch, and the fans of the series are livid. Look at how that's italicized. It's so mad. De Novo is a type of digital rights management system which prevents piracy and cheating in game, though it also is responsible for noticeable decreases in performance. Capcom recently launched a benchmark tool for prospective gamers to find out whether their gaming PC was going to be able to handle the game. Though the late addition of De Novo to Street Fighter 6 might just render those benchmarks inaccurate. So the idea is that they've added a anti-piracy device, and it's supposed to curb in-game cheating, but it could create some performance issues. And I guess this is like one of those things where the highest of high-end of players are upset about this. I saw this and I just kind of rolled my eyes and was like, Well, yeah, people are upset on the internet. What else is new? But I don't know. Y'all's thoughts on the idea of a company putting in an anti-piracy device and people being upset about it.
Well, for piracy, anti-piracy is stupid because if you just make a good product, people are going to buy it regardless. And a lot of people who, torrent and pirate stuff, if they like it, they end up buying the legit copy to have a legit copy, because a lot of times you can't play online and stuff like that without having a legit copy. But if you're going to have an anti-cheat program, it should not hinder the performance of the program. That's the worst part. So,
well, Sal came in and says it's DRM and it's garbage. So I think that's interesting, right? I think as I've actually published a game before. I published a couple different games back at Screw Attack. We had we did a game called the Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures, and it was just like a fun little Steam game. It was like $15-20, and what we found. Well, no, I don't see anything from that game anymore. But we did that, and what was shocking to me was how rampant piracy was of the game. And I'm not kidding when I say this. 9 out of 10 people that were playing the game got it illegally, and they pirated the game, because once it's out of it's like trying to put ketchup back in the bottle, right? It's literally impossible. Once the game is out, it's out there, and the internet's going to take it, and it's going to spread like wildfire. So that's the people who are going to pirate it. So from a piracy standpoint, like, I get it. You want to protect your game, protect your investment, because that's what these games are. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't consider, is that every new game that's produced is in Street Fighter's case, a multi-million-dollar investment, and they want to see an ROI on that, return on investment, and they're going to do whatever they can to prevent that. Now, as far as go ahead, Trev.
Do you think all of those people would have necessarily bought that game if it wasn't available to be pirated? Because I don't think so. I think a percentage of them would have, but not all of them. I think some people get games because it's free. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny. So the other there's a lot of different folks in the chat saying that, like, this actually encourages piracy, right? DRM doesn't stop piracy; it encourages it. It depends on your mindset. I think that's probably one of the biggest things, is that it really, if you were dead set on pirating the game, you're going to pirate it regardless.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know about you guys, but I also think personally this is an age problem as well, an age, whoever the age group is buying the game, because adults are more inclined to pay for something than younger people who may have to beg their parents to get money and can't, so they just pirate it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Ron Spicoli says, it breaks the game, dude. It causes frame rate drop. End up downloading the crack to a game you bought to fix it. Right. So, and I understand that, right? I think that's, I'm going to speak for the casual person.
Isn't that what laptops and computers do when you buy them, though? Slow down because of all the security shit?
I'm going to speak for the casual Street Fighter player who doesn't play the game hardcore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you drop a couple frames, it doesn't matter. You play through it, right? And I know that Street Fighter 6 is designed for the hardcore and casual player, but the casual player is the people who are going to be making that game money. The hardcore is the audience that they're going to listen to, but the casual audience is the people who are going to be buying the game and ultimately making that game money long term. So, Imperfect says there are no casual Street Fighter players.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Oh man, that's crazy. So do I not exist? Do I not exist? Okay. Apparently I don't exist. So, oh man, that's crazy. Super Sentai guy came in with the 499, says, my granddad used to say, if someone asks you who you voted for and you look them in the eye and say if someone asks you who you voted for, you look them in the eye and you say, none of your damn business, how it should be. Right.
I'll say this to what Adam was saying earlier. I never knew my grandparents' political persuasions. Never. It's still to this day, I don't even know. So that tells you how much it mattered back in the day.
We'll go to our next story here.
No, let me read the Rumbles. Choo Choo
sure.
just says good with a heart. I don't know what we were talking about, but thank you. V6 Neon says side scrollers are on the front page of Rumble. Still awesome. Well, welcome in, Rumblers. Please follow and subscribe here on Rumble. I appreciate you guys. Diana Francisco says, my dad used to tell me a locked door only keeps an honest man honest. Great wisdom. I never forgot that. It's true. Yeah, it's very true. And that's
awesome.
That's like the whole gun control argument, or a lot of arguments. People tend to forget that criminals don't give a shit about laws. They don't care. Oh, there's a law about something. Okay, good.
Yeah,
it's gonna
hilarious.
be easier to rob somebody. Like it's ridiculous.
By the way, 2,200 people watching us on Rumble right now. So
What
make
up,
sure you guys
Rumble?
once again hit the follow button. We'd love to see you guys on a day-to-day basis if you guys are enjoying this. Hey, Eric, Kayla, are y'all big fans of Star Wars and Indiana Jones? Do y'all like those series?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
my theme song for our wedding was the Raiders March. That's
All
what I
right.
walked out to stand at the altar waiting
Was
for
it
her.
really? Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. I love that.
I used to dress up as Indiana Jones for Halloween like every other year too. So
Is that weird that I'm not shocked at all? You kind of have, like, even the hat you're rocking. I mean, it's not like the indie style hat, but you carry yourself a little bit. Like I see it.
I modeled my life around Indiana Jones. So
Oh,
Okay.
I thought
I just
thought
thought you were gonna say modeled. I was like, you and Adam both. There you go.
Let's go.
Look at that. You guys have more in common now.
we can get a full spread of you guys. Do a full calendar. That'd be great.
Yeah,
you can do all
guys
the
can be Indiana Jones together.
India. Well, maybe Indiana Jones and Han Solo. Because listen, that's the big question. Who would win in a fight? Indiana Jones versus Han Solo.
Han Solo, because Han shot
Han Solo.
first.
Well,
Definitely Han Solo.
we have an answer.
Yeah, I say Indy.
We have an answer from the man himself.
Han Solo would win.
Indiana Jones and Han Solo, the actor. We all know who it is. Harrison Ford. My God, what a man! Just God, what a good looking dude. Just stud.
Camera's on, Craig.
Sorry, he's still too busy looking at boobs.
Speaking to Esquire, I don't want to show this to you because I want to read this. So, speaking to Esquire, the 80-year-old revealed the biggest questions that Star Wars fans ask him and why it drives them up the wall. He says, "Well, they usually ask me if there was a fight between Han Solo and Indiana Jones, who would fucking win?" And I say, "Me, asshole. I don't want to make I don't want to fucking make shit up like that. I mean, why are you asking me that crap for?"
I love him, Harrison Ford. He's like
He just doesn't give a shit.
7 now, and he's like, I ain't got no time for this bullshit. Leave me alone. I'd love it.
That's great. So you have your answer. Harrison Ford says Harrison Ford would win. Get the fuck out of here, stupid idiot.
We all know the real answer is Han Solo.
Because he'd probably get $80 million for doing it. You know what I mean?
that's probably Indiana Jones.
He'd win.
It's got to be
clearly.
Indy would win.
I think Indiana Jones would win too. You outside of
Y'all are ridiculous.
Hey, Indy has a whip. Okay,
How many
so
fist
he
fights
can
does
hit.
Indiana Jones get in
The
his
dude can
movies?
just shoot without even looking at his target.
So does
Solo's
Indy.
fucking
Indy had a
cutthroat.
revolver.
Remember when he shot that guy with the sword? He just pulled his gun and shot him.
Falcon.
Yeah, I remember
Hey,
that.
we didn't say weapons. We didn't say ships. So we
Fist
have
fight,
to go with
Indiana
assumed
Jones.
weapons.
Obviously, it depends.
Assumed weapons are the blaster, the
Han
gun,
Solo.
and the whip.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna
chat.
add on his Han Solo for sure. He shot first.
All right,
He's
heard-
brutal.
Yeah, Blabs, I agree. Blabs is correct here. But I want to hear what you guys think. Those in chat. All right. Everyone here obviously is very opinionated on who would win in this battle. But what do you guys think?
Make a
All right.
poll.
Han Solo or Indiana Jones? All right. A simple
Indy's leather
Han or
jacket would
Indy?
block a blaster.
He says Han Solo.
Listen,
fights
we heard
galactic
your
soldiers.
piece already. All right. I want to know about chat. Can we make an actual poll instead of a
Yes,
please smash the like button like you're begging. It's seriously it's
homie,
cringy.
homie, it's called a call to action and it works every time.
Crab
Cringe.
says Han Solo
Cringe.
fights galactic
It's cringe.
soldiers alongside Jedi. So, Indiana Jones fought Nazis, and he drank out of Jesus's cup.
Han Solo fought space Nazis. What else you got, bro?
I'm not done making fun of the poll. It's akin to saying please clap.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what we also have for that? Let's
my
go.
gosh.
There you go. Boo that.
Are you serious right now?
Fuck off, you oversensitive little shits.
For you, Craig.
For me,
Yeah, you.
you're the one who's getting in a fight about Han Solo and Indiana Jones over here. Who gives a
Wait,
shit?
who brought it up? Why is this even a subject?
Story. It's a story
who
because
brought this up to talk about? Craig?
I think you're just a little bit triggered right now. He's gonna
What?
boo me now for saying
Triggered?
that.
What?
All right, look, we do
You're
it.
a little bit. Like, what?
D6 Neon says, remember, Indy drank from a certain
Oh my
cup.
God, you guys
Life
are fucking
renewed
babies.
and lengthened.
All right, we do have a poll in the chat. Who you got? Han Solo or Indiana Jones? Right now, 65% say Han Solo over Indiana Jones. So
I made one on Twitter too. So if you're watching this on replay, on Twitter.
sounds
Somebody
good.
said Indy was beaten by feminism. So was Han. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Kayla,
Well,
who do you have?
Technically, it was
That's
Kathleen
new
Kennedy.
Disney shit. Doesn't
You know,
count.
it's like such an even battle for me. I was like, okay, what if I had to bring in their like an assistant, right? Like a second party. So
No,
Han Solo's
no,
got
just
Chewie.
no, no, no,
Han
it's
Solo's
not a
got
part of it.
Chewie. And Indiana
Short
Jones just says
round.
short round. I don't know that short round can compete with Chewie. So I might
Hey.
have to lean
Hey.
on Han Solo.
Don't put short round down. He's just short.
He's adorable.
He's an Emmy
Who's
winner
a better
now.
driver, Chewie or Short Round?
Well,
I think it's a clear winner. Han Solo it is 65 to 35% with 100 votes. That's
I think
No
like
coming back
most
from that.
things, 65% of people are on drugs. So
Wait, by the way, we would have this poll over on Rumble, but Rumble doesn't offer polls yet. So Rumble makes you guys.
make some poll.
they did
Yeah.
change their moderation settings, by the way. So I
Oh,
noticed
Rumble
that
is
today,
making
so-
leaps and bounds
Hey.
with improvements. It's awesome.
That's good. That's great.
They have pop out shot and enable large history. This is sweet. Look at
Yeah, they
that.
changed a lot of stuff. It's actually much more useful as a moderator.
The mods can do enable slow chat. Nice.
Let's get a
Yeah.
couple more quick hit stories here, as these are, not a whole lot of discussion about these outside of like, oh, that's interesting. Or maybe there is. I don't know. Let's go to Nintendo Life for our next story. As look, we've had a lot of iconic video game characters over the years, Mario, Master Chief, Sonic the Hedgehog. But did you know that the Sonic the Hedgehog co-creator is a nasty, nasty criminal, and that he has now been sentenced to 2 years in prison?
For what?
Well, it says could face. But
Insider trading.
bingo, insider trading. So the poor guy
Yes.
who
I don't know how much insider trading you can do over fucking Sega and Sonic. They're not like worth
Burying the lead.
If only insider trading was banned for politicians. Anyway.
how so, Adam?
Hmm?
Bearing the lead. What? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you got you. There you go. Adam, what were you talking about? You said bearing the lead?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Makes me wonder if this is on like Sega moves or if it's a different company or something.
So it says it could face prison term of 2 years and 6 months in retaliation for insider trading trial held in Tokyo. In addition, Naka may be fined 2.5 million Japanese yen, along with a surcharge of 170 million Japanese yen. He, alongside two former Square Enix employees, have been accused of purchasing shares in developers Aiming and A-Team based on information not yet made public regarding the free-to-play mobile games Dragon Quest Tact and Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier.
Hey,
So-
Final Fantasy VII will make waves, so I could see how that could make him some money.
So he
Yeah.
found out they're going to have microtransactions in those games and then bought a bunch of stock, knowing that those games will be making money, and then he's going to sell it.
Or-
after the stock.
Or just knew the release date. If you buy the stock before the release date, after they release a
Yeah,
game
that's
like Final Fantasy, the stock always goes up.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I'll just take this for what it is. Squin Jr. says they raided a conference he was supposed to speak at to arrest him. If that's
Really?
true.
Wow.
That's-
I swear, cops.
Public
Man,
humiliation.
yeah, like fuck, man. They could go get you at the home the day before, the day after. Nah, they're gonna get you on stage.
I'm gonna let you know. Man. All right, let's go to our final story of the day. The Mario movie has been massive. It has been huge. Eric, Kayla, did you all see the Mario movie?
Yep. Did. Yep.
Thoughts?
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good.
Our
good
oldest
flick.
daughter she's a Mario fanatic, so she
just likes to read the Super Mario encyclopedia. Like he has an encyclopedia, and she just reads it for fun.
Let's go.
What did you guys think of the voice? You think Chris did a good job?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
you can hardly tell it's Chris Pratt, and I mean, a lot of people were they were like, "Oh, it's not Italian enough," but they had the original voice actor in there for some good little cameos. So
yeah, it's great. Well, the Mario movie has done it. It has surpassed Disney's Frozen for number 2 all time.
Wow.
Frozen
which
was
is
overrated.
Well, it's Frozen 2 is the only thing that is in front of it right now. And I thought this movie would make Yes. I thought this movie would make $1.5 billion. It's currently sitting at almost $1.3 billion. So it says the latest reveal that the Mario movie has now made $1.3 billion, placing it underneath Frozen 2, $1.45 billion in terms of the highest grossing animated films of all time. The remake of The Lion King is technically in the lead at $1.66 billion.
That's so disgusting. The Lion King part. I was going to ask, do we know where that ranks in the all movies rather than not just animated?
Well, I bet you can find out really quick. But yep, sure, sounds good. I think it's honestly great to see this movie do so well, and this has such ridiculous reach. And I think it's now just being made available on like Amazon and services like that. And the amount of money this movie has made, I mean, just when you put a B in front of anything like billion, like it's funny money, it's stupid money, and they've certainly seen the return on investment on this one for sure. So, anybody, Labs, anything?
For what?
I don't know. Just wanted to get your thoughts on things.
Well, I think it's great. I didn't like Frozen 2, so I hope it surpasses that. Frozen 1 was fine. I saw it in theaters, but I didn't give a shit about it. I haven't seen Mario, so I can't say yippee, but I'm glad because it seems like a good family-friendly movie to watch with no agenda or politics. So I'm for it.
Eric, Kayla, did y'all have any thoughts or any wishes for what you think the next Nintendo themed movie should be?
Probably Zelda.
Oh, Zelda.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job of setting up Mario for kind of its own little universe, right? Like they could have so many spin-off movies from Mario with just the ancillary characters. So
I know our daughter wants a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Yes, very bad.
So
as of now, it's ranked 24 all time because we have things like 2.4 billion for Avatar, and then we have the new Jurassic World or whatever. With inflation, I don't know because I don't think they do inflation on a lot of these.
I just hope they don't do a Donkey Kong movie because that was trash.
Funny enough, Iron Man 3 is the movie that's directly in front of it. So.
And what's that at?
1.245 billion.
Well, according to this yeah,
so they
according
moved up a little bit.
Yeah, well, so this article says that they made 1.288 billion. So by this article's saying that it's actually higher.
Number 20 now.
All right, top 20 movie all time from revenue. That's crazy and great. Let's go finish up with some super chats here. Then we'll get to some memes because we got a ton of them today. As Psycho Stumpy came in with the $20 super chat, says Han Solo wins because he doesn't have to reload and he gets 6 shots. Then he's SOL. But all you need is one.
It's no buts. Han Solo won.
Pra says the problem with De Novo is that it gets hacked within 3 to 7 days. So a week from release, you're playing against cheaters anyways. So while legit players are slowed down, cheaters are unencumbered. Right.
Who's a better shot though? Because I ain't never seen Han shoot more than anybody, whereas Indy actually shot the one guy he shot at.
1 for 1. Hey, Prost. By the way, I appreciate everybody's perspective on the De Novo thing.
It's over, Travis.
It's over.
Han won.
I did close the poll. So, but as far as the de novo thing, I think it's interesting to hear everybody's perspective because I don't know enough about it. I'm just looking at it from the outside in as a casual Street Fighter player because there are casual Street Fighter players. I do not, especially at 6 when it comes to being good. Yes. Wheeling Through Life with Brian says, did you guys hear there might be spin-offs of the new Little Mermaid?
What, with the sisters?
Really?
I hope they
You
make a
think that they,
scuttlebutt show.
you'd think that they would have just done a spin-off with the
Original.
actual Black Mermaid
Yes.
that was already in the lore of the Little Mermaid. They could have made an entire movie about her and like some sort of amazing adventure. But no, they're so obsessed with skin color.
Most, and they
this
could have
movie be
even
forgotten soon too.
they could have
just like all
even
the other ones.
used Ariel as like she heard of Ariel getting her legs, and now she wants that so bad. You know, she sees Ariel living with her prince in the castle, and it could have been a whole thing.
Eric, Kayla, are y'all going to go see the Little Mermaid movie?
No, it's like a 2.5-hour movie for
It's
kids.
too long. Like, who thought of that? Who thought that was a good idea? Disney movie
dark,
for kids
too.
that's over 2 hours? That's nuts.
They all are so long. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
The original
Super
Little
they're
Mermaid.
not making movies for kids anymore. I mean, that's just what it is. If they were making movies for the kids, it would be 90 minutes or less.
They're making
kids-
movies for 90s kids
But who
For-
don't even
for-
want
that are grown
movie?
up now.
Disney adults, correct.
Yeah,
Disney
correct.
adults. So, yeah.
The original Little
Uh,
Mermaid.
I call them
Children.
entitled babies.
I think
Yeah.
it's those
Same
90s
thing.
kids who are grown up, and they want them to take their children to go see it, so that it's
Yeah,
like
I'm not
this
taking
thing,
my
you know.
4-year-old to a 2.5-hour movie. It's not going
Right.
to happen.
Hey, spoken like a true mama bear right there who knows children. I think that's kind of the craziest thing about this.
Can you
is,
imagine how many bathroom breaks that would be?
Oh God,
Jeez.
at least 2. At least 2.
Diana Francisco over on Rumble says insider training. So how come Pelosi and her band of thieves are still at large? Don't even get me started, Diana. Don't even get me started. I was thinking it, but I think I've had enough.
When I was growing up, wasn't the normal movie like an hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like a
about 90
90-minute
minutes.
thing.
Yeah, how long was like the first Aladdin or Lion King? Let me look that up.
90
They were
minutes?
probably like
Those are-
90 minutes.
all those are 90 minutes.
Yep.
What
They
the
knew
fuck
what they
are
were
they
doing back then.
doing? Like,
Yeah, you can
gotta-
make a good movie in 90 minutes. So why are
Yeah.
we extending
Look
these
at
things
live
for
action
2.5
Beauty and the
hours?
Beast. They threw so much fluff in there, the live action, that it was so long and boring, and no one enjoyed that movie. It's probably
Yeah.
one of the worst live action that they've ever done.
It all started with Lord of the Rings, I think, when they made those like 8-hour fucking shit.
It hurt
Now
my
everybody's
feelings
like,
by saying that.
and then
There's always been
Avatar,
epics.
and then but still, it wasn't so many, right? So like Ben
But there was
Hur or
stuff in
Cleopatra was
There's
the
a
longest
difference.
movies back then.
All that was
No, they're not-
necessary. in the
They're not
series.
trying to tell a story. They're trying to teach you how to be their version of a moral person or the better way of being. This is how life should be. This is how you're supposed to act. They're not movies for entertainment. They're movies to indoctrinate you. This is how it's supposed to be.
The problem is, yes, we can look at them and interpret it that way now, but when you're a kid watching it, I went back and watched kids movies as an adult, and yeah, now I can kind of like see the writing on the wall behind it. But when you're a kid, you just think you're watching a movie. So
Right.
I don't think it's as indoctrinating as maybe we think it is, just because kids don't care. They don't care about that crap.
It's
But
funny because we
there
actually
are
had this
small-
exact same conversation. We had this exact same conversation with some of my parents and their siblings about movies that they watched growing up, like Grease. Right? Grease is when you think about Grease and what's going on in Grease. They're like, it's like, go Grease lightning, and it's all like super fun and dandy, but it's about teenage sex and like abortion.
Yeah,
and
it's a
like,
horrible
Is,
movie.
wait, is Grease
Trying
a
to get in her
kids
pants.
movie? Is Grease a
No,
kids
no, no,
movie
no.
though?
It's
No.
a musical, so I mean,
people
it was
Doesn't mean it's a
appealing
kids
to
movie,
kids.
though.
well, and look
Right.
at The Sound of Music. It's about fucking Nazis.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
And
Is that a kids movie?
I don't know. People think it is.
I think it
Nah.
is. Yeah, I think it is.
Sound
Grease-
of Music?
You
Yeah,
can get by with
I've
Sound
never
of
seen
Music.
it.
It's a
I think
family
so.
movie. It's not.
it's a family movie.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Grease released in 1978 with the rating of PG. So I want to say it's
Wow,
a kids
PG.
movie.
PG.
Well, that was before
PG.
Have
PG-13.
you never seen Sound of
too, so
Music, Adam?
I doubt it would have got PG-13 even
No.
today.
Not even the new one with that Texas.
No, we don't
girl
care about the
from
new ones.
American Idol?
You've never seen Julie Andrews' Sound of Music.
Are you hard of hearing?
No, because like other people were speaking at the same time. So perhaps at that moment, yes.
He has
No,
not.
I have not. Oh, Craig heard me. Okay.
Yes, he has not. He has not seen it.
You are
Also a
Um,
long movie, but worth it, I think. It's a great musical.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like it's almost in things. I think you hit it on the head. Certain things go over children's heads, and the Nazis. Like, how do you explain Nazis to kids? You don't. They know those are bad guys. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they just know those are the bad guys. These are the. You know what I mean? That's it. It's not any more complex than that to children.
I think again, that's the beauty of children, right? Like their innocence kind of shrouds them from all of the extra crap that you don't want them to understand. They don't, which is great.
Like adult jokes in kids' movies to keep adults entertained, basically.
Exactly.
I'll say this, you know, the movie that comes to mind as a kid that I watched all of the time and was Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield. And if you guys have ever seen the movie,
F-bombs in that movie.
In that movie, it's very simple. The premise is a boy plays on a girls' soccer team, and he helps the girls' team win. And you know, because he got kicked off his team, so he still wanted to play soccer and blah 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 blah. And there are so many things in that movie that if that was released today, people see problematic, whatever. And we did a watch through of it several years ago, and I remember watching and being like, "Oh shit!" Like as an adult, you go, "Oh my god, this is not appropriate." As a kid, you go, "The boys playing soccer with the girls, and that's fun," you know.
But if you even look at movies like The Big Green or The Sandlot, which are quintessential kids movies that everybody remembers and loves, they have jokes in them that would not be okay today. You know what I mean?
I hate that. I hate that you guys are saying what you're saying right now. Oh man, it's so inappropriate. These jokes would not.
I didn't say they're not okay for me.
I know. I know. I'm not saying that it's you guys, but that the fact that you're saying that right now, that's the energy in the air today, that these jokes can't be made anymore. It's like they're fucking jokes. People take things so seriously and take offense, and it's like, be offended. Learn how to be offended. What happened to thick skin? No one even has skin anymore. Everything just goes straight to the fucking bones, man. I'm so sick of this softness.
We were talking about something the other day, and it might not even have been on stream. But my response to Craig was, "I'm not offended. I've been called worse by my own brothers." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's move on.
Well, and to be clear, Adam, I want to be very clear. I was more cringing as these were adult jokes that flew over my head as a child. I didn't understand them, and you hear them as an adult. Like we're talking about their jokes about little kids and adults and things like that. That as a kid you don't really understand. You know, so you know that's. It's Rodney Dangerfield, right? You know what I mean? So I agree with you. Jokes are jokes, and we shouldn't shy away from them. And
I do think some old classics need their rating reviewed, though. Sometimes.
Speaking of jokes, let's take a look at some of these memes today. Outstanding stuff as always, guys. I appreciate y'all's support. Labs, thanks for compiling these. Extra Zero says, "I hate reusing a meme template, but this is how I see Craig after he raps today for the day on Side Scrollers."
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
just hanging around. All right. Superman came in. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, came in and says, "Breaking news: Adam is the new Ahsoka."
Ashoka.
Hey, if you want to pay me the big bucks, I would do it.
Yeah. Fuck. Give me the Disney money. Why not? Right.
And next one from Extra Zero says, "Eat your heart out, Rosario Dawson. Adam's ready to blow up with some space balls." There we go.
Look at his face too. It's like one of superiority. Like, hey,
Totally.
well, actually,
It's glorious.
That one was good.
Was that a freeze frame?
Probably.
Now
Yes,
they should have just put another you walking in the forest behind, saying, "I have glorious ears," and then it would have been even better.
with Yoda or something.
Yeah.
Or a little overkill.
Then we got this one from Dungeon. Came in, says today on Side Scrollers, Twitter and Rosario Dawson. That's lovely. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that
Craig,
greatly.
Hey, Craig, look, it's you, me, and the boobies.
Nailed it.
That was pretty good.
Labs
Then we
is
got this-
really examining that picture.
Yeah.
Blabs is like, don't turn around. Whatever you do.
It looks like
Bam!
she might be about to get eaten alive.
Oh boy. All right.
Jesus.
Then we got this one from once again, No Green Rocks coming in with us.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Actually,
Break.
yeah.
Take the mic. I said to take the mic.
Right. I tried to take it from you. All right.
It's
so-
hard. I know.
I know.
Yo,
All right. Then we have this one as well from No Green Rocks.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Oh,
I
love
love
it. Very nice.
memes, man.
They're on fire. And here's one from Extra Zero. Says every time I see Blabs in the Side Scrolls intro.
Hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not
Hi, Chad.
hit her. It's not
What?
true.
I don't even know what that's about.
Oh, hi,
All
Chet.
right.
Have you not seen The Room either, Craig?
I don't even know. Yeah, I've seen The Room. Yeah. Actually, I saw the documentary about The Room for sure. Here we go. Not the documentary, the mockumentary on The Room. The one where they, Han Solo versus Indiana Jones. Who will survive?
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. That's how
Whoa.
you sound, Travis. That's
I
how you
will-
sound.
I will say
No,
this.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
George did remake. One of those
up,
movies was remade to show him shooting first. One was not.
Yeah, because
So-
people got fucking butt hurt and needed to go PC and had to make it all soft and blah blah blah. That's the problem with society, Travis.
You
Han
do,
shot
problem.
first.
you do realize
Problem
in
with
the,
society.
in the first one, he didn't shoot first.
Aha! I've got the power, bitch.
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna give him the power too.
It was in
tell
the
you-
remake that they made him shoot first, not the original. People freaked
Okay.
out, so they changed it to him shooting first.
Sure.
Um,
Keep telling yourself that.
Listen, we can all agree that Han
Han
Solo
Solo
versus
won.
Indiana Jones is the problem with society. God,
That's what is that what you got from that?
the whole
Craig?
thing. The Super Sentai guy says, Adam nails it. Just make the fucking joke. There you go.
Yes. And
Sal,
that Han Solo won.
Sal says, watch Genro, the Wolf Brigade. Their armor design is so awesome that it inspired the enemies designing the Killzone series. Story is depressing as fuck though. All right, Sal. Thank
I
you
want
very much.
depressing.
Yeah. Okay, very good.
I'm good.
All righty. I think that is a great place to call the show. I want to invite everybody to head over and please, whether you're watching over on Rumble or whether you're watching on YouTube, head over to YouTube and go check out this amazing channel, You, Me, and the Movies, all 102,000 strong. Eric, Kayla, would y'all like to tell anybody who is just popping in, the 3,000 watching over on Rumble, or the 1,000, everybody, the 6 quadrillion people watching, where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find us on at You Me the Movies on YouTube. We also have a weekly podcast called Grounded Guidance that Adam might be interested in. We talk about paranormal stuff. We just had an episode about the Bermuda Triangle last night, and
Cool.
I also do gaming streams on You Me and the Games, playing. I'm trying to beat Zelda 2 on Saturday nights, so that game's flipping hard. So if you want more content with us, that's where you can find us.
But thank you guys for letting us hang out with you today. This was awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to have you on and just do like a larger conversation just about movies as a whole. I think that is we dove deep into some shit that kind of fell on our lap today. So I'd like to be a little softer with the conversation and do a little more fun. Just talk about some of the best movies you've seen and worst movies and because that's what you guys do. You guys watch movies, and I love it.
Anytime.
That'd be great. Invader came in. I did miss this. Came in as a member. Says freedom of speech means that not only are you free to say something, I'm free to call you an idiot for saying it. Reach is obviously part of that.
Hold on.
Absolutely.
Wait, that
Exactly.
deserves it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
All the way out. Very good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that deserved the full applause.
The full applause right there. Once again, you guys watching over on Rumble, thank you guys very much for number one, putting us on the front page, Rumble. You guys tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the follow button. We're growing a little bit more every single day over there. It's great to see you guys. Because sooner or later, I think we won't even be able to have these types of conversations on YouTube, which is insane and sad. Please head over and subscribe to You, Me, and the Movies. Go find Blabs over on Kick and on Twitch. Go follow Travis over on the Twitters for how long? We don't know. Travis, you're going to be over on the Twitters for a long time. And of course, go find Adam over on Rumble and on YouTube, preferably over on Rumble. But once again, Eric, Kayla, thank you guys very much for your time today. Appreciate you guys. Super fun having you on. Yeah, absolutely. The Mario Funathon will continue in about 30 minutes from now. I'll be getting back and I'm playing through Mario Galaxy. Please come join. It's a great time and I'm kicking the crap out of it. So I'll see you guys in. But with that said, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. We'll see you guys later on. Have a great day. And thanks for all the support today, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Bye-bye.